It gets so lonely in here. Oh, this is exactly what I expected. Hello everybody, and welcome to It Gets So Lonely in Here. Honestly, I was not going to record for a long while, but I saw on Instagram, there was a post made by the person who made the game. They had some soundbite where it was like, free, or something like that. So I'm totally butchering that. But the game's basically free, so I'm gonna probably play a lot more of these person's game. It is by Ebi-hime. She's got a really cute profile picture, so check her out. But yeah, I'm so excited to play this. Start. Why the flip not? Oh, sorry, it's a Yuri game. So if you don't like Yuri, which is girl on girl, then you gotta leave. You are running through. Oh my god, this music is so loud. It is late at night and the sky is as black as pitch. There is nothing to light your way save for the. Sorry, am I like stupid? There is nothing to light your way save for the moon's milky glow. But its rays cannot reach you, not properly. The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the light. I can't read English, they can't spell it. What a duo. You cannot see where you are going. Even if you had commenced your flight at a more sensible hour, however, with the light of the sun to aid you, it would have been of little use. You do not know where you are going. You have no map, no route, no plan. You are running like a frightened animal, anxious and nervy, with no destination in mind. You have no desire as you run, save to escape. You cannot let yourself be caught. If that were to happen, you are certain that you would be ruined. Facepalm. You have no choice, therefore, but to keep going, on and on and on. Though your feet are screaming at you for mercy. My crimes. I wish I could just restart. You have no idea how long you have been running. Time has begun to blend together. It has lost all meaning. Something sharp snags at the hem of your skirt, but you do not have the luxury to pause and examine what has happened. Instead, you tug. Your skirt tears, the sound splitting through the forest, and you stumble forwards with a shocked gasp. Oh, that was really good. You are free, but at what cost? Your skirt has been irreversibly damaged. It might be too late to worry about such trivial matters now. Though, god, the music cut out so creepily. If you do not start running again and soon, she will catch you. Then you... Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Then your life will be over. You do not know if she is still following you, but you do not want to risk looking over your shoulder. The flip. If you were to see her silhouetted beneath a tree, looking at you with that sickly sweet smile which once ensnared you, you would lose what little nerve you possess. Your legs would lock up and your blood would freeze in your veins. Then you would crumble. You would fall, but you would not hit the ground. She would be there to catch you. Did she not promise when you made that contract that you would never be alone? You would like to take back that silly wish of yours, but it is too late for that. It is too late for a lot of things. All you can do is run. My god, there's a lot of text. How a lot. You run and run and run, while icy fog swells at your feet. It is cold enough to sap the heat from your body, and you shudder from it. It feels as though you are drowning. It feels as though you are being buried alive. Is that me running? God. Your knees and your shins, meanwhile, are bleeding. You cannot endure much more of this, but if you value your life, you must. You run and you run and you run until, at long last, you reach a fork in the road. There are 3 paths which split off through the forest. Oh, I think we get a pick. Finally, something to do. Well, 4 if you count the path which you came. You cannot exactly double back on yourself, though, not when you have put so much effort into running forwards. You can only press on. The 3 paths are signposted, which is something of a strange sight given you are so deep in the forest. Dark though it might be, you have grown accustomed to the shadows. You can just about pick out the writing on this old, dilapidated signpost, curved and slanted through it is. Your fate, if you will forgive me for sounding cliche, is in your hands. That was very cliche, but it's okay, I forgive. Now I wonder, which path will you take? Oh, the castle. I want to go to a castle. Go to the shore. No one likes the beach, right? The village. Ooh, the village is a pretty good idea too. You know, I'm gonna go to the castle. Castle sounds sweet. So, you want to go to the castle? Good idea. All decent fairy tales tend to conclude in castles once they're okay, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Please type in the comments how to the syllables. It will be very funny. Put upon heroines, finally able to wed through handsome princes they once dreamed of. Why bother trying your luck with the shore, which may very well be deserted, or the village, which will be full of dirty, barefoot peasants? It is far better to skip the suffering and go straight to the grand final. That is very astute of you. I did not realize you had it in you to be so mercenary. I can only wonder what you will uncover during your moonlight mean doings. The night is far from over, and your adventures are only just beginning. I hope you have brushed up on your courtesies. They might come in handy when one is interacting with a sovereign gene. Royals can be temperamental after all. If you fail to treat them with prerequisite amount of respect, you might come out to regret it. I'm so sorry, author. You follow the path which leads to the castle, supporting yourself on weary, aching legs, which feel ready at a moment's notice to detach from your hips. No, my hips are quite good, thank you. You are little more than a wisp of a girl, but you have been running for so long, and your feet are so very numb, you feel like a great lumbering thing, clumsily and ungainly. The soles of your feet are screaming at you. You need to lie down and quickly. Your only hope... you only hope... Oh, sorry, that makes sense. You only hope as you continue to run that you will find a spare room available for you in the castle. My god, these leaves! You do not know exactly what will await you at the castle, but you have visions as you run of a vast, opulent dwelling. This dwelling will surely be full of finely furnished rooms in which you might rest your weary head. There is also be a king and a queen inside the castle. You ponder, who will be kind and wise, and what of their children? That's not what I think. What of a princess? Every good castle must possess a princess who will take pity on you and your plight. Are we really about to Yuri up a princess? That is insane. You can imagine the face of this generous princess with ease, thanks to the fairy tales you read in abundance as a small child. The princess will be fair of hair and blue eye, with soft pink lips pursed like rosebuds. Her limbs will be slender, her hands dainty and unsullied from physical labor, and her sensibilities will be sweeter than marpisin. She will be kind to you and compassionate, just like an older sister. You do not know what an older sisters are like, though, or younger sisters for that matter. You are only guessing. You are not a complete fool, however, despite your tendency to daydream, and you do have a few reservations. Monarchs do not, as you know from vicarious reading, have the best track record when it comes to caring for the peasantry. Was there not a very famous queen who once said, with a caviar wave of her hands, that the hungry peasants in her kingdom should content themselves with cake if bread was not an option? I don't get that. I kind of brushed through that. You think that this might be a misquote, but the point still remains. Though royals are supposed to grant their subjects scuros in their time of need, this does not always happen. In fact, it very rarely happens. Kings and queens and princesses and princes are just people at the end of the day, and they are subject to the same caprice that all humans are. They can also be careless and selfish and inconsiderate. There is no guarantee that this mythical princess of your imagination will help you. What is scratching? Why, there is no guarantee that this mythical princess exists at all. Still, you must try. It is this hope which keeps you going. Yeah, and we've been going for a whole fucking long while now. You continue to run to the castle. It takes some time before you finally emerge from the woods, but finally, you do it. How much time, you ask? I cannot answer that. Did I not say the time had begun to lose all of its meaning? The forest is behind you now, at least at all the awful nightmares which dwell within it. It is still cold, though, and foggy, and very, very dark. The sun has yet to rise. You can see the moon. Oh my god, the audio cutting out is so creepy. More clearly now, though, as it hangs above your head, round as any pale orb or crystal ball. The moonlight shines down upon the castle, which looms in front of you like a cliffside. Finally! Finally! Ugh! Mission accomplished. That's one mission right there. We actually made it somewhere. The stone... Okay, I need a bit of a break here. I need to say something. My god, this is going to be showing the worst, like, comprehension of me possible. There's going to be so many words in this that I'm just not going to be able to pronounce. And it's going to be so embarrassing. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You probably such a long time to search up those words and their meaning. I'm so sorry. The stone edifice of the building is imposing, and it drowns you in shadows darker than the depths of the deepest ocean. The castle is not all dark, though. Not like... You really like the word, though. Not like the night's eye above it. When you crane your head, you can see that there are lights flickering within the narrow, slitted windows. Yay, someone's actually here. It would appear that somebody is home. The king and the queen, perhaps? What of their servants? What, perhaps more pressingly, of their guards? You half expect, as you stand there, that armored knights... Oh my god, that space between the M and O really threw me off. Armored knights will accost you for daring to approach the castle of king and queen so and so. Do you not know your place, foolish peasant girl with the dirty skirt? Be gone with you! You are not, of course, a peasant. Your family is a wealthy one, or rather they were, before your father made a series of poor financial decisions. You do not look like a young lady right now. Though, with your dirty face and your dirty skirt, which is torn at the hem, what's a hem? Is that like the edge of the skirt? Or like the end of the frills, sorry? If any guards were to take you for a vagrant, it would not be surprising. But, though you stand there dithering, your filthy fingers hooked in front of your filthy skirt, you do not hear any cries. Nobody sounds the alarm. Lights might be inside the castle, but there is nobody outside the perimeter standing sentry. There is nobody to impede your entry, and the elaborate iron gates which are set into the vast stone walls about the castle's exterior are open, just a crack. It would be a trivial matter to slip inside. There is nobody to stop you. Why are you trembling now, you silly thing? You have come so very far, it would be an act of foolishness to turn around now. Go on. Go. You inhale, perhaps in an attempt to screw up your courage, which has long last begun to fail you. And then you step forward. You slide between the wrought iron gates, as stealthy and as secretive as a thief, then cross the path which leads up to the tall, imposing structure. The domed doorway which leads into the castle itself, hewn from stone, is closed, but at a push of your palm, boom! Was that cool? It swings inwards. It was not cool. The door creaks alarmingly as it opens, the sound loud enough to split the silence like a thunderclap. Thunder! Nah, I'm not gonna do that. You inhale at this and glance around, your eyes darting hither and thither. Like what? That's not a word. I don't believe that's a word. If there is any guards posted about the castle's grounds, they should have all been alerted by that sound. I don't hear anyone. Will they come for you at long last? What will happen should they catch you? Will they throw you in the dungeons? That does not sound like a pleasant way to spend a night. At least you would have a roof over your head. Though, again, there's gonna be a throw counter. I want a throw counter. I'm gonna count how many there are. And you would, I'm not gonna do that. And you would not have to keep walking. Your feet really do ache. You stand there for an indeterminate amount of time, your heart pounding a panicked, irregular rhythm in the base of your throat. But no matter how much time elapses, no guards come. You are thankful for your good luck, though it does make you wonder. Where is everybody? Why is it almost as if all the people in the world have disappeared? Could you be the very last human left alive? What about the thing we were running from? You frown, then press your palm back against the door. Oh god, that was so loud. You push less cautiously this time, heedless of the loud sound which splits the silence. There is no point in worrying about the guards, not when they might very well be non-existent. That is true. But what if there are guards? Your entry to the castle secured. Then you take a step forwards. The door swings shut behind you, and the resultant slam makes you jump. You did not expect that. I didn't hear a single sound. Your heart knocks against your ribs, and with wild eyes you glance about. You are standing in a vast entrance hall made of stone which splits off into any number of passages. At the very end of the hall, meanwhile, there is a large elaborate staircase, one which seems to extend to the heavens themselves. It is dark inside the hall, but there are numerous torches set in whatever, in the stone wall, which are, you know, I'm gonna try again. Sconces in the stone walls. There you go. English with me. Which are a flame. They offer some relief from the shadows. You can hear the faint sound of the wind outdoors as it moans against the castle's impervious walls. But you cannot hear any footsteps. You cannot hear any voices. You cannot, more importantly, hear any people. Maybe the castle is empty. If that is the case, though, then who lit these torches? Though, it is a curious conundrum. Though, you muster up what remains of your courage, then cry out, addressing the empty hall in timorous voice which fails to properly fill up the space. Hello, you say, your eyes wide apart. Is anyone there? Your voice echoes through the vast empty hall, but is met yet again with silence. You cannot say you are too surprised, but is somewhat disappointing. Not one to be deterred, you try again and again, your voice growing louder with each subsequent attempt. No matter how loud your voice, however, it fails to reach any ears. If anybody is here, they do not seem to be particularly sociable. That, or perhaps they simply cannot hear you. Could they be in another room? Yes, that must be it. You will never find that pretty fairy tale princess of your imagination if you stand idle, you know. It is time to get to work. Put those legs of yours to good use. Finally, let's go. Where do I want to go? I want to go to the kitchen. Not knowing what else to do. Is there anything else you can do? You begin to explore. You know, I think the kitchen's a really good place to go first, because if there's food there, then you know, hey, I'm with humans, but if there's not, then you best get out. You examine the rooms first on the ground floor of the castle, which are of a similar scale to the impressive entrance hall, large and richly furnished but utterly unoccupied. After some time of aimless mean-doing, encountering nobody save the ghosts. Encountering nobody save the okay, save must be a mistype. Except the ghosts of aeons past memorialized on portraits upon the wall. Nobody say the ghost, maybe? You muster up courage to ascend to the second floor. This floor too you examine, wandering through a seamlessly endless series of hallways until, at long last, you find the door which is ajar. Finally, someone! From between the crack in the door and the jamb, you can see flickering light. Irregular, yes, but it is light nonetheless. Could it be from a fireplace? That would suggest, then, that this room is occupied, and like all the others, perhaps the kindly princess you dreamed of will be awaiting you in this room. It is with a trembling hand that you press your palm against the door. You push it. And there's no one. Then you step inside the bedchamber, which unveils itself to you. Shyly, you stand in the threshold of the chamber, much of your courage extinguished, and gasp. The bedroom itself is gorgeous. It is a chamber so luxuriant, not even the shadows can observe the fine craft of the furniture within it, nor the rich patterns on the walls. It is the girl inhabiting the chamber, however, who truly takes your breath away. Oh my god. Sitting upon the velveteen... You know, shut up. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. What is that crown of hers? What the... I don't know where I'm going. I can literally see it perfectly. It literally makes no difference doing that. Yeah, she's just really pretty. For poster is a girl in a sumptuous red gown who seems to be like age to you. You do not have a clear view of the girl's face. Her head is bowed, her gaze directed downwards at her lap. You can tell from her hair, however, and from her slender calves which protrude from beneath the hem of her dress, that she is very pretty. The hem of her dress. So is the hem like the waist? I don't know. The girl's hair is golden, just like freshly cut wheat, but the red on her dress which truly captures your attention. She is so striking, you cannot look away from her. Oh, why are we looking at a door? The girl is not alone in her chamber either. She has a companion, though this companion is not half so endearing as she is. In her lap, perched upon a velvet skirt, is a doll. The doll's hair, like that of her mistress, is golden, though much of it is hidden beneath a bonnet. The girl is adjusting the china teacup held in the doll's tiny hand, while the rim of the cup glints in the light which extrudes from the fireplace. Can you stop? I want to know what the girl is going to say. If the girl is of similar age to you, it seems strange that she would content herself by playing with dolls. Is she not too old for it? This girl would be more at home, you decide, at a ball, wearing an extravagant gown, speaking with wealthy noblemen, perhaps even princes. Sorry. She should not be sitting in what you presume is her bedchamber, adjusting a teacup in a doll's hand. But you're not afforded much more time to stand there, marveling at the girl, because she turns. She raises her head. Then, her eyes meet yours. You thought the girl pretty when you first observed her, sitting on the edge of a plush, velveteen bed examining her doll. Now she's looking at you. However, oh my god, sorry, my voice is dying. However, her face illuminated by the flames in the grate, you can see you were mistaken. She's not just pretty. She's beautiful, so much so, it is breathtaking. She looks as though she has stepped out of the pages of a picture book. She is simply too perfect to belong to this world. That is very creepy. Perhaps she is some kind of vision, a waking dream, a hallucination. But no, she is none of those things. The doll on her lap is a cold, hard thing made of porcelain, and it is unflinchingly, reassuringly real. If she were a mirage, surely she would not be able to handle physical objects such as this. What is this? What is this dialogue? What is this inner monologuing? God, she's so pretty, but she could be a mirage, but like, she's holding a doll, so she's not a mirage. It's like, what? It is strange though. The doll, which is fine by the way, I appreciate it. The doll, though immaculately made, looks oddly imperfect when compared to the girl who was holding it. She is so startlingly beautiful. She even puts man-made representations of feminine charms to shame. The sight of her makes you feel rather weak. You always had a fondness for fair maidens, haven't you? Okay, I just want to say this. Is the author, I guess, is really into this girl? This is like her perfect image of I don't know, her, like what she wants her girlfriend to be. It's like a beautiful princess. He just like puts everything else to shame, because that's really funny. So I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're like, how dare you compare me like that? But it is just very funny. You are rather hopeless when it comes to them. Even worse than a knight errant from a courtly legend. Your aesthetic appreciators is not particularly ladylike, but, well, it is not every day a girl encounters an elegant beauty like this, attired in red, illuminated by the firelight. I suppose I can forgive you for this rudeness, as too can the girl. Oh no, she's happy. She does not seem to be the type to hold a grudge. Oh, she's waving. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, the girl says, in a voice that's surprisingly enough far less refined than appearance. It is good to see you. I've been waiting. Has she? That is news to you. You blink. Perplexed, a response on the tip of your tongue. You are unable to expel it into the ether. The girl is setting her doll aside. Then she stands the hem of her dress swishing around her legs. Nimbly like a ballerina, she caresses the space between you, her room is so large that there is quite a lot of space, then takes your hand in her own. You must, the girl says, her eyes aglow with excitement, be my new lady's maid. It's been a while, but it's such a relief that you finally arrived. I knew that you would. You would never leave me alone, not when you knew how long I was waiting. Oh, I'm so happy. The girl's good mood is contagious, so much so you find yourself being swept away in it. You are tempted to accept any identity that she might press upon you. You have never been a maid before, but you might not mind being this girl's maid. I don't either. Sign me up. She does not seem like a poor mistress to serve, not if she is always this kind. You cannot mask the confusion, however, which flickers across your face. You are not a good enough actress, and in any case, this is happening too quickly. Why you barely know this girl? Why is she being so familiar? It is with blank, bovine eyes that you examine the girl. Your befuddlement is pronounced enough that even the girl, despite her good mood, notices it. She frowns. No, I'm sorry. Then she says, her fingers sliding away from your own. My god, I need to stop too soon. Or am I mistaken? Are you not my new lady's maid after all? The disappointment in the girl's face is abundant, so much so your heart clenches. You do not know her. She is still a stranger. You are struck all of a sudden with the intense desire to appease her. You do not want to let her down. The thought is devastating. You were not aware you'd tell her that you had applied to be her maid, but if that's what she wills, you would not be opposed to it. You pray that she forgives you, though for your discombobulation you might come from a distant country and that you have travelled for many miles. You know not where you are, and you do not know who she is. What? You don't know who I am? It is regrettable, you tell her. Hey, No, I can't. It doesn't even fix. You tell her, but no, you do not know her. Though that is not no fault of her own. You know what? Screw it. I want this back. Hey. Hello. So, how do you need to fix that? Why, you have spent such a long time running, you hardly even know yourself. Ah, so you are a fugitive, then, from another country, I see. I won't pry into your past, then, if you'd rather forget about it. I don't mind sharing my past with you, though. Everybody in this country knows who I am, after all. At least they should. Now, this is quite the impressive boast. Wait, sorry, if I was to come from the lips of another, I would find it unpleasingly arrogant. You do not think, however, that this girl is trying to show off. You get the feeling instead that if she is merely telling the truth. If you do not have the pleasure of knowing me, then allow me to do the honors. My father and my mother were the king and queen of this realm, and I am its princess. I have lived in this castle all my life, so I do not know how much about the outside world, but I know that other countries do exist out there. I presume it is from one of these foreign countries that you have come from. It is very good to meet you. I've always wanted to talk to somebody from overseas. It feels like such a good it feels like quite the opportunity. The girl giggles at this. You smile in response. You tell her unthinkingly that it is your pleasure really to meet her, or at least you mean to. You only get halfway through this remark when the full gravity of what the girl has told you sinks in. You come to stop. Then you stare. Did she just say she was a princess? Yes, that's right. I'm a princess, and one day I'll be a queen, after I've done a little bit of growing up. My ministers don't think I'm ready to run the country just yet, but I've been doing my best at my lessons. One day, I'm sure I'll be the best queen there ever was. So she really is a princess. It makes sense, you suppose, given that she lives in a castle, but it comes as a surprise regardless. You hadn't known before you entered this chamber that you were trespassing on a lady of such great renown. Why, if she'd willed it, she could have executed you for your carelessness. An ugly red flush keeps on your face, a flush which is far more lucid yet than the princess' dress as you look at your feet. Bashfully, you stamp her out a new address, that you are very sorry for intruding upon her, and you hope that she can forgive you. Oh, it's alright. Think nothing of it. I don't mind, really. We all make mistakes. And anyway, you weren't to know. You said you weren't from around here. You nod your head in silent affirmation. It isn't a complete lie. You really are not from this country. You are not from this world after all. How wonderful. I'll look forward to picking your brain later. Sure. Sure you can. All of my servants come from the nearby village. Their tales are all the same, and so are their stupid superstitions. Stupidstitions, more like. I could do with a breath of fresh air. My last lady maid told me I was too impetuous, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a little bit of adventure. Not that I've ever been afforded much of that. I've been shut up in here for so long, I'd hardly ever get the chance to talk to other girls my age. Okay. Really interesting. My last lady's maid was older than me, and so was the one before her, and the one before her. Some of the princess's fair mood seems to be dissipated as she speaks, her expression turning by degrees into something rather more pensive. But I haven't seen any of my old lady's maids in a while, or any other servants for that matter. They've all disappeared. Now that's quite curious. How could a whole... God, my voice. Household full of servants simply disappear? That I don't know. This castle was full of servants once, my lady's maid, and my undermaids, and my scullery maids, my housekeeper, and my cooks, and a large retween of retainers. They're all gone though now. I think my ministers must have sent them away. I don't know why they would have done that, though they didn't explain to me. But then again, They never explain anything to me. They still treat me like a little girl. It's so tiring, she said, and the ministers sent her servants away. What of her parents, the king and the queen? Would they not be the ultimate authorities in the castle's hierarchy? They would, yes, if they were still alive, but they're not. They died a long time ago. I was raised for most of my life by my servants. Oh, you answer, and then you flush. You hadn't known. It's alright, you don't need to apologize. I'm just happy that I have you now. I was getting sick and tired of only having my dolls to speak to. Those aren't the best conversational partners. Ow, my throat. You can imagine so, yes. You doubt any doll, even one made by a talented artisan with an intelligent face indistinguishable from a human's, would be very good looking at answering back. Oh no, they aren't. They're hopeless at it, really. They're so stony-lipped. You've no idea how much of a relief it is to see you. This castle is so big. Without my servants, it feels so very empty. It gets so lonely in here. Now, that is an interesting turn of phrase. It catches inside your head like a burr. Like a burr. Have you heard it before? Sorry, okay, I need to drink some water. I'm actually gonna die. Much better. You do not have much time to ponder this. However, because the princess is speaking anew in that curiously conversational manner of hers, which does not seem particularly princessly, maybe she learned how to speak from her servants. That would explain why her consonants are so unrefined. Oh, but listen to me. Yammering on. Again, it's a bad habit. I really must put a stop to it. You're probably tired, dear one, from your travels. Would you like me to show you to your room? Yes, the princess announces, before you can say anything in reply. I think I'll do just that. I might show you a bit around the castle first though. It's like a maze in here, and I wouldn't want you getting lost. You'll be staying here for quite some time after all. The princess then hastens to take you on a tour of her home. My god, already? We've barely just met. Fortunately, she does not show you all the rooms in her abode, and neither does she offer you overly long descriptions as to what a few rooms she does show you are used for. She does, however, pause by the kitchens, where she offers you some victuals. Sorry, that was... oh my god, I'm so dumb. Once the growling in your belly has been satisfied, the princess then resumes her journey. She leads you down a dark, twisting hallway, in a series of equally dark, twisting steps, until she arrives, at long last, before a door. The princess pushes this door aside, summoningly, thus permitting you entrance to a small, humble bedchamber. Hey, thank you. This chamber is not half so opulent as the grand bedroom in which the princess resides, with its resplendent posters and its richly patterned wallpaper. This room's ceiling is not high, and the singular bed shoved against the wall is thin and narrow. The walls are unassumingly beige, and the floor beneath your soles is warped wood. There's a malodorous scent too, which hangs in the air, one of disuse and general decay. You get the feeling that nobody has slept in this room for quite some time. That might explain why it feels so very cold in here. Though, if the princess's tour of her castle has taught you anything, it is that it is cold in every room in her abode. Now here we are, the final stop of our tour. Okay, how long have I been recording for? 40 minutes, 40 fucking minutes. Well, I think I'll leave this just here. And we'll be, oh my god, we'll be, entertaining the night with our dear mistress here. I don't even know her name. I'm so sorry, I wish I knew her name, but how do I save? Oh, fuck yeah. That even shows the dates. Fuck, what if I hit this?